The Diamond League Final is about to happen, and some of my predictions might shock you. Today, we're going to primarily focus on the sprints, so the men's 1 and 200 and then the women's 1 and 200. Before we talk about the actual events, let's talk about cash. For the winner will receive $30,000, second place will be receiving $12,000, third, $7,000, fourth, $4,000, fifth, $2,500, sixth, $2,000, seventh, $1,500, and eighth will leave with $1,000. That's not really exciting. I mean, obviously there are a lot of athletes that are competing under the Diamond League. And so to give one event more money, you'd have to give the other event more money as well. So I understand from their perspective, like, hey, look, we've got to do this for all of these events. From an athlete standpoint, I get it as well. From an athlete, it's like, look, I'm getting eighth place, I'm leaving home with $1,000. That's nothing. That's not doing anything for me. I can make more money working at McDonald's for a few weeks. And so it's just like, it's an embarrassing amount of money. Yes, we need to raise the amount of money that athletes can receive. It's not just as simple as give them $100,000. You need to have more ways for money to be coming in, through sponsorship deals, through ticket sales, maybe pay-per-view, all that type of stuff. You need more options to be making more money coming in than what it would be going out. What are some ways that we can increase that amount of money? Pay-per-views would be really good. We've talked about these odd events many times. So what we had Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price calling out Mondo Duplantis in the 100. We've had Tyreek Hill and Trayvon Bromell kind of going back and forth when it comes to running 100-meter dash. We've had other athletes that want to be doing these odd meets, these one-off competitions. And I think having an opportunity like that, where it's like, hey, look, we're gonna have a one-time pay-per-view race. It's going to be, you know, Mondo, Shelly-Ann, or we'll have Tyreek Hill and all these people. It's gonna be a pay-per-view for you to watch it, and then that money goes towards the prize money for the Diamond League Final, so these athletes can get paid more. I think that would be a good idea on how we can raise the money. But who knows? It's just embarrassing because it's been going down. It's the only sport where the prize money is consistently going down. You know, it was at 50,000, 100,000 not too long ago, and now it's at 30,000. Pretty embarrassing to see it's going down compared to going up, like literally every other sport in the history of the world.
It's crazy to think, but summer is finally over. If you don't want to be looking crazy on your first day back to school, or on your first day back to fall training, the sponsor of today's video, Manscaped, has you covered. Manscaped just sent me their brand new performance package, which comes with the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies. Look, I've tried a lot of razors in my day, but the Lawnmower 4.0 is just different. Its ceramic blade helps reduce grooming accidents, LED light allows you to shave anytime, anywhere, and since it's waterproof, you can even take it in the shower if you want. You know what they say, look good, feel good, run good. If you want to show up to fall training and dominate like a beast, make sure you use code TWN at checkout when shopping with Manscaped and have an awesome fall training. We'll see you there.
So let's go in order of the events that I find will be the most exciting. So it's gonna be the women's 100, the men's 200, the women's 200, and the men's 100. So the women's 100-meter field is looking to be stacked. So leading off, you have Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, who's coming in with a time of 10.62 and has the top 7 fastest times in the world this year. Sha'Carri Jackson, world champion in the 200 with a 10.71. Marie Toulouse, who's having a bounce back year with a time of 10.72. Aaliyah Hobbs, who has really been turning it on recently with a 10.82. Twanisha Terry started off really strong this year and is starting to finish off that way as well. Sha'Carri Richardson, who's coming back from a 2-month layoff. Kambuji 1089, who's an indoor silver medalist, and Daryl Nita as well, who's coming in with a time of 10.90. So this is going to be a very strong field when it comes to the women's 100. I'd say the top 3 are pretty solidified, and then it gets a little bit more open after that. So looking at it, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price should run away with this thing. Like I said, she has the top 7 fastest times in the world this year, so no one is really even close to her. Now, she did lose to Sha'Carri Jackson this past week in a non-Diamond League meet. And so people would say, hey, is that something to be worried about, the fact that she did lose? I don't think so, not too much, because it wasn't like a Diamond League meet, and looking at it, like, she was undefeated going into it, and you're gonna lose one probably. Like most athletes, you're gonna take a loss at one point, and so to lose by 0.001 to Sha'Carri Jackson, also world champion, not thinking too much into it. She's just been very, very consistent. She says that, you know, she doesn't feel 100%, but she does feel good and ready to go. So I'm gonna take that from face value, that she's gonna win. I don't think any of these are gonna be really fast times, but I think it's gonna be good competition. Sha'Carri Jackson, I got her coming in second as well. I think that she's just been doing pretty well throughout the entire year, just not as much as Shelly-Ann. To Lou, she's someone that I got her in third, but if she came in like a 5th or 6th place, like, I could see that, because she's shown that she's been a little bit vulnerable throughout the year. I still got her coming in third, but if one of those 3 slips, I would say that it would probably be to Lou. After that, I picked Sha'Carri coming in 4th. The fact that she's had that time off to kind of rest her legs, I think that's going to be pretty helpful. She did beat Elaine Thompson-Herah about a week or so ago. She did come in, 5th this past week. So that was into a pretty strong headwind, but that you're gonna have to overcome that, and it's gonna be in a much stronger field as well when it comes to Shelly-Ann and Sharika and all them. You're also going to be having Aaliyah Hobbs. So I have Aaliyah Hobbs coming in 5th. I think that she's someone that could easily go into that 4th spot, and if one of the, like I said, one of those top 3 slips, I think it could be Hobbs going in there. Terry, she started off the year strong, and so far the end of this season, it seems like just the race fatigue might be getting to her a little bit. So I'm not sure what we're going to be seeing from her, but I got her coming in 6th there. Then I got Kambuji. I think Kambuji, like I said, it just looks like race fatigue is getting to her a little bit. We haven't seen kind of that crazy time yet, but you know, we could see it here, being in Zurich, which is in Switzerland, so hometown. Then Daryl Nita hasn't been quite herself so far this year. I mean, looking at last year, we had Elaine Thompson-Herah who ended up getting the win, really separated from the group early. Dean Asher-Smith came in 2nd, and Del Ponte came in 3rd. So when we're looking at some notable names that aren't competing, we have Elaine Thompson-Herah, Melissa Jefferson, and Dean Asher-Smith. So we do still have some notable names that won't be competing, but also have a lot of names that will be good. And in my opinion, this is going to be the best race of the evening. Up next, I have the men's 200. And so on the start list, we're going to be seeing Noah Lyles, who is your world champion, 1931, Arian Knighton, who ran a 19.49. Kenny Bednarik, last year's champion with a 1977. Jareem Richards with a 19.80. Alexander Ogandu, World Championships finalist with the 1991. Aaron Brown, who is going to actually be doubling and has run a 20.03. Andre DeGrasse, who was a world champion, Olympic champion with a time of 20.38. And then Erosa Desalu, who's coming in with a time of 20.46. Notable names that are not competing this year are Fred Curley and Joe Fambule. Last year's results, you had Kenny Bednarik winning, DeGrasse coming in 2nd, and then Fred Curley rounding out the top 3 last year. And so looking at what I think is going to be going on, I'd say Noah Lyles should be getting an easy victory here. He's shown to be pretty unstoppable this season, and I don't see a way that someone's going to be coming up and beating him. Got Kenny Bednarik coming in 2nd. He's had a pretty good year so far. He did get injured with his hamstring, I think it was 2-3 weeks ago, so I think that's going to play into a factor when it comes to racing this top level talent, but I think he's definitely going to be coming in top 3 right there. Andre DeGrasse I have in 3rd. His layoff I'm just concerned about. Not too sure how things are going with the fact that we haven't really seen you that much this year since the World Championships. I have Knighton coming in, I have Richards coming in 4th. He's been performing really well. I liked what he did throughout the season, so I think he's going to be doing all right. Aaron Knighton. So Aaron Knighton, it looks like race fatigue really got to him. He hasn't been performing at his absolute greatest recently. He did get his first Diamond League win at Russell's, but it was a pretty slow time, and we didn't see too many top level talents in there as well. Aaron Brown, like I said, he's doing the double, so it's gonna be really friggin' difficult to do the double here, and I think that the 200 might suffer a little bit because of that. And then Alexander Ogandu rounding out the top tiers. So like I said, Noah Lyles, I don't see any way that he is not going to win. He's just been completely unbeatable really this entire year. His confidence is at an all-time high. Will he be dropping anything crazy fast? Not too sure about that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Also, Michael Norman is a notable name that isn't in here as well. And so, yeah, I gotta go with Noah Lyles for the win. Kenny second, Andre DeGrasse 3 there. Up next, we have the women's 200. And so your start list for that is going to be Shericka Jackson, who was the world champion with a 21:45. Tamara Clark is coming in with the time of 21:92. Gabby Thomas, who was your Olympic medalist last year, 21:98. Jenna Prandini, who was gold medalist in the 4x1 this year with a 22:01. Majunga Kambuji, who's coming in with a time of 22:05. Tania Gaither coming in with a 22:41. Ida Karstoff coming in with a time of 22:67. And Beth Dobbin coming in with a time of 23:01. So who I'm looking at this race, I say once again, Shericka Jackson. I think just the way that she's been competing, it's going to be really hard to beat her. Before we get into that, last year was Christine Mboma first, Shericka Jackson second, Dean Asher-Smith third, and some notable names that aren't here: Christine Mboma, Abby Steiner, and Dean Asher-Smith. So those are some names that aren't competing here. But yeah, Shericka Jackson, she's on a tear. I don't see anyone beating her over the course of 200 meters. If there is one name, it's who I think is coming in second, and that would be Gabby Thomas. Just the fact that she hasn't been running for a little while, so maybe her legs had had some time to recover. She was injured though, which might put that into consideration and make it a little bit difficult, but I'd say I got Gabby coming in second there. Jenna Prandini, I have her coming in third. Once again, I just think the race fatigue might be a little bit much. I would love to see if she can get under 22 seconds. That would be pretty massive for her. Tamara Clark coming in fifth. Kambunji in sixth. She's doing the double as well. Her and Aaron Brown and Shericka Jackson are the athletes that are going to be doubling here. Daryl Nieta, and I believe Daryl as well. So Daryl is also going to be there. And then I have Klarsloff and Dobbins rounding out the top 8. And so if there's any like sneaky picks that could be going up and going down, I'd say the biggest one, Daryl Nieta. I think she has some real potential to give us a really, Daryl is not in here. What am I talking about? The women's 200, Daryl is not competing. That was Tania Gaither. Sorry, that should have been Tania Gaither in sixth, not Daryl Nieta, Tania Gaither. And so I'd say I think Clark has some really good opportunities to move up. I think that she's got the second fastest time this year, so she's someone that we could watch out for, and someone that might fall down. Jenna Prandini, she might fall a little bit, and Gabby Thomas. Once again, I just don't know what we're getting out of her since we don't see her compete all too often this year. I'm not sure if we're going to be getting some crazy fast time, some slower time, some time in the middle. Not too sure what's going to be happening there, but Shericka, Gabby, Prandini is my top 3. Finishing out the Diamond League, we're going to be going to the men's 100-meter dash. And so here we have Trayvon Bromell coming in with a time of 9.81. He was your bronze medalist in the World Championships. Johan Blake, 9.85, Jamaican champ. Reese Prescott, 9.93. Kyrie King coming in with a time of 9.96. Yupun Abakone coming in with a time of 9.96. Akini Sembine coming in with a time of 9.97. Commonwealth Games medalist Andre DeGrasse, once again, former world champion and Olympic gold medalist with a 10.05. And then Aaron Brown coming in with a time of 10.06. And so when I'm looking at where all these guys are going to be coming in. Oh yeah, last year the champion was Fred Curley, who really walked down Ronnie Baker. It was a crazy thing. Like Ronnie Baker was ahead for like 75 meters, and Fred ends up coming back and gets the dub there. And then Andre DeGrasse came in second, and then we had Ronnie Baker third, Trayvon Bromell fourth. And so some notable names that aren't competing in this: Fred Curley, Marvin Bracey, Fernando Manala, Lamont Jacobs, and Christian Coleman. So this is the weakest of the sprints for sure. Like, we're just missing pretty much most of the good names that we want to see compete, and which makes it like, I'm just not too excited to see the men's 100. There's many of the athletes that I would like to see compete and race aren't here. And so it's like, it's a competition that happened after the World Championships. Many of my favorite athletes aren't competing. So it's just like, it's hard to be too excited about this race. It'll be a fine competition for sure, but if this was happening before the World Championships, maybe things are changing up a little bit. But I'm going with Trayvon Bromell with the win. It really shouldn't be too close here. He's in the best shape. He has he's the most consistent. He's the most talented. It should be Trayvon Bromell and not really even close. I got Andre DeGrasse coming in second. Like, once again, we just don't know. He's a wild card here. I have no idea what we're going to be seeing from him, but I got DeGrasse coming in second there. Then Akani Simbine coming in third. I think we'll be able to see some good performances coming out of him. Aaron Brown fourth, once again, doing the 1 and the 2, I think is going to be really tough, but if there's anyone that can pull it off, would love to see it be Aaron Brown. Up next, we have Johan Blake. Johan Blake with a 9.85. We saw that at Jamaican Champs. We haven't really seen that since or before. It was kind of like a one-hit wonder type deal. So we'll be able to see if he can fire back and get another one of those races in this year. Then Kyrie King. Kyrie King, he's been having a pretty solid year, but I see him coming in what's sixth there. Then Reese Prescott, and then after that, Abi Cohn finishing out the competition. And so, like I said, it really should be Trayvon Bromell and then everybody else. He's the most talented guy. He's been the most consistent, and I feel that he should really win this walking away. But we'll see what happens at the end of the day here. And yeah, that's the Diamond League. We're going over the sprinting events. We have a lot of other events going on as well. Really cool. They have some of the jumping events that are happening the day before, like in the street, doing a whole bunch of things like that. So that should be pretty fun. I always love when they disconnect those events, so that gives it a little bit more excitement going into it. But let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think I got right? What do you think I got wrong? And we'll see what happens at the Diamond Final. This is Colin. It's been another episode. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe. Follow us over on Instagram at TrackWorldNews, and we'll see you next time. Peace.